Because if I want to come in leaner than last time, then that means I'll actually have more room for more muscle.
Leaner than last time. Exactly what I would have stated. Coach Greg, in today's video, Sam listens to Coach Greg. He's making some changes. Changes in his diet, changes in his training, changes in everything. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with evidence. Remember, I come with the receipts. And so let's get right into it.
There is a very large discrepancy in the fullness and amount of intramuscular fluid that I've got right now versus back then.
Big difference between Sam then and Sam now. Before the competition, when he was starving himself, he didn't have a lot of intracellular fluid. He couldn't get the same kind of pumps. And so now that he's eating normally, he's gotten significantly bigger. Not only bigger, but also stronger.
Works totally perfectly.
And so Sam, rather than struggling to get in a workout, notice he's yawning, he hasn't taken a pre-workout. Why not try Turk Builder Max and or our pre-workout? You can't be yawning on your way to the gym. You got to take it sooner. I take Turk Builder Max first thing in the morning, gives me energy all day. I want to attack the weights.
It's much easier to make use of a lighter weight and really get a crazy freaking squeeze at the top and build up fatigue that way.
While going through this dieting phase, he realized I have to lighten the load. I don't want to get injured. And through doing that, through experimenting with lighter weights, he realized you don't need to ego lift in the gym. You can lift lighter weights, get a greater stretch, a greater squeeze, and really feel the movement. Increase the mind-muscle connection.
I think I'm really starting to turn over a new chapter in my ego lifting progression.
And so he's turning the new chapter in his ego lifting progression. When I first started making videos of Sam, I criticized the fact that he thought you should be an ego lifter in the gym. Those were the jokes. It made him go viral on TikTok, but of course, I told the viewers, this is not how you should be lifting. Remember, I'm 49, pushing 50. 50 keys of testosterone across the border, but that's a different story. I've been there, I've done that, I've ego lifted, and I know you don't need to do this. You can avoid injuries while putting on just as much growth without getting injured.
Not just you have to do absolutely perfectly clean, perfect reps, awesome form, 1 full second contraction every set that you do. I don't necessarily think that's the answer.
And so Sam's saying, look, it's somewhere in the middle. Somewhere's between using perfect form, every single rep, slow, control, pause, perfect, without any ounce of ego lifting whatsoever. You can put on a moderate weight, exhibit some form of greater control, really stretch at the bottom, and squeeze at the top, but not be a pussy in the gym. Remember, there's a big difference between ego lifting as heavy as weight as possible, doing bicep curls, and having to do 10-pound decline dumbbell curls to grow your biceps. No. Can't we go somewhere in the middle? And this is what Sam is realizing. Hey, the next time I'm debating adding that extra plate, I'm just not. I'll squeeze and control the movement. One thing I really like about Sam is his passion for the sport. It's unmatched by no other. He lives and breathes this, and I wish that all of you had something you enjoyed in this world as much as Sam loves lifting weights. I don't care if it's lifting weights, doing cardio, reading. Like something, have some passion, enjoy living on this earth.
Let's see how we're looking. So, first full-on chest pump, post-show day.
As of right now, he's still holding a little bit of extra water from rebounding from competition, but he expects his weight to go down slightly. And at that point, he's going to try to add weight week after week on his bulk.
227 is the new bar for that lean. Because if I want to come in leaner than last time, then that means I'll actually have more room for more muscle.
Leaner than last time. Exactly what I would have stated. And so let it be known, Sam wants to get leaner than last time, but he also wants 10 pounds more muscle. And so considering that, he's going to need to add on even more than 10 pounds. 2 pounds leaner, let's call it, plus 10 pounds of added muscle, it's 12 pounds.
I've kind of been under the impression that my back was taking lead on my torso in terms of, overall kind of size.
And so one thing that there is about competing is you never know what you're truly going to look like till you set foot on stage. Sam, going into the competition, he felt like his back was his strength. He thought, hey, my back is my strength. But upon analyzing photos, he realizes my back's actually a weakness. And so rather than slowing down on the gas pedal in terms of his overall muscle development on his back, he realizes, nope, let's keep going forward.
I think I'll even throw in a little more shoulders, because shoulders actually do still overpower my arms a little bit. But they do need a touch of extra attention for sure.
And so he's saying, despite the fact my shoulders perhaps overpower my arms a little bit, I still need to get wider shoulders. And so clearly he wants a bigger back, wider shoulders, bigger arms. And that is what he's going to be focusing on.
Like, dude, holy crap. 5 months of that legit dieting? Oh my goodness.
And so consider this. He just ended a 5-month diet. I'm telling you, Sam does not need to bulk to the extent that he did last year. If you watched Irv's Kalesensky, remember, Irv's got Sam to drop the pants. He helped him to motivate him to continue to get leaner. Urs was posing down with the Trend Twins. The Trend Twins could not believe it. How does Urs Kalesensky look at 270 pounds? Now remember, Urs and Sam are in the same weight category. They're the same height. They have to weigh the same thing on stage. And so why is Sam trying to get up to 280 pounds when Urs at 270 is shredded? Shredded beyond belief.
So what I mean by that in more of a bulking phase is, dude, all right, you're on the fritz. I think main gaining is absolutely legit.
And so Sam says, in his words, main gaining 100% legit.
But what I think happens is you reach a certain threshold of size or experience or whatever, where now that same stimulus of that amount of food, it's no longer enough.
But he wants to add to that this caveat. But if you then reach a plateau, well, you're going to have to eat more in order to put on more muscle. But here's the thing, Sam. Main gaining doesn't mean you have to go in a bulk or a cut or maintain your exact calorie balance. It means you eat the whatever amount of calories you need in order to maintain your healthy body fat percentage for you. And so let's say it's 12%. Sam, let's say, is 12% body fat and 260 pounds. Does he now go on a bulk? He doesn't have to. He stays at 12% body fat and eats whatever amount it takes to add muscle. Maybe it's 30 calories more a day. Maybe it's 300. Whatever that may be, you're still main gaining, because on a bulk, technically speaking, are you not getting bigger, perhaps increasing body fat? You don't need to do that. Once your body fat becomes healthy, of course it's not healthy right now, he's sub 5%, but once it goes up to, let's say, 12, there's no need to continue to bulk. Sam, his plan is to bulk and cut. Why? You're going to bulk up to 15%, realize you're starting to get a little bit chubby, and then go on a cut? Why not bulk up to 12% and main gain? Does it look like Urs has to go up to 15% body fat to put on muscle? What about the GOAT Sebum? Did Sebum ever look sloppy to you in the off season? The more body fat you put on, the harder it is to get it off. Last prep, it took him 5 months. He wants to come in leaner. Does it then make sense to him to go from 270 his previous bulk to 280 if he wants to get it even leaner than he did last time? Why are we then going to bulk to 280? Why not stop at 270? 270 is plenty. That would allow him to diet down and not require 5 full months to get shredded. That is a long time.
If you're in your physiques end game and you're like, I want to stay right here, this is absolutely perfect for me. Let's just keep getting daily pumps, stay where I'm at, enjoy. Then I'm jealous.
And so main gain doesn't mean don't make any gains. It doesn't mean stop putting on muscle. It means keep the body fat percentage the same, 12%, and grow from there. Now, is it possible to keep your body weight the same in main gain? Absolutely. Let's say Sam Sulek goes up to 15% body fat and he's 270. Rather than going up to 280, stay at 270 and slowly go down from 15% to 14 to 13 to 12. That's also main gain. You're putting on muscle while keeping your body weight the same. And so, do you necessarily need to go on a bulk to add on this extra muscle? No, you don't. And adding on too much weight makes it that much more difficult to get shredded.
You want to be able to squat 315 for reps and run a 5-minute mile.
Yeah, not many people are squatting 315 for reps and running a 5-minute mile. I used to, at my best, ran a 457 mile once, and it was very difficult. If you're running to that extent and you're squatting 3 plates for reps, well, you're just a different breed.
In terms of my overall motivation, I just want to be bigger. Getting bigger, that's my thing.
But listen, you were just 217 pounds. I think getting bigger is going to happen without question. I don't think he has to force feed. He doesn't need to eat 5,000 calories. He's simply going to be putting on size.
I mean, I started out as a 160 pounder. Within the next, probably month or two, I'm going to be back at a 260 pounder.
And so you hear it from Sam himself. Within 1 or 2 months, he's going to be 260 pounds. He competed at 217. He's going to be 260 in 1 or 2 months. To me, that is too fast. Now, I know he's dehydrated to make 227 pounds, but consider this. Would he not be healthy at, for example, 250? It's 1 or 2 months. Is he going to put on 5 pounds per week for the next month? Let's assume it's 5 pounds per week. Let's assume that he's also carrying 15 pounds of water. He weighed in at 217 pounds, but he was around 228 pounds before dehydrating for the competition. And so let's add some water weight. Let's put him at 235. And so 1 week following the competition, bro is 235. Remember, that's already 18 pounds over stage weight. Does he then need to already gain 25 pounds in a matter of 4 to 8 weeks? How many people think that on a bulk, you should be putting close to 5 pounds per week? 5 pounds is a lot. What about 2 pounds? That sounds reasonable. And so 235 pounds, if he puts on 2 pounds per week, in 8 weeks is 16 pounds. He'd be 251. And so why is he trying to get to 260 in a matter of 2 months?
Still holding on to a couple of pounds of that extra sort of rebounded water. And I want to be able to look at a really steady weight gain once I actually start plotting my weight over these next couple of months.
I think he should slow it down. Also, don't forget this. Let me point this out because I do believe this is important. We all know or assume at the very least that Sam is probably not natural. Assuming he's not natural and the competition is over, do you know what he should now be doing? He should be going off. How many of you think he should just up the doses? Hey, he just won his pro card. He's a pro after all, so now he needs to blast even more tren than last time. This is very unhealthy, and so following a competition, which is likely the most unhealthy point of your entire life, I mean, we just had a girl who literally died at the Arnold's. She wasn't even a competitor. I believe she was taking DNP, she was abusing dangerous drugs and so on. But how many people think that bodybuilders aren't abusing dangerous drugs? I don't care if it's testosterone, tren, diuretics, you name it. And so following a competition, when you're experiencing edema, your fluid retention's higher than normal. Remember, if you can't put on your ring finger, if you're pushing down on your skin and it's leaving an indentation, this is not good. This is the time to go off. Of any time in the world, this is the ideal time to go off. I admittedly abused performance-enhancing drugs, and after every single bodybuilding competition that I did, I went off. And why? Because it's healthy. You need to let your body recover. And listen, when you go off steroids following a bodybuilding competition and you suddenly are eating more in a calorie surplus, you actually get stronger. And so you might be thinking, no, you need to up the dose. You need to extend the cycle. It's the opposite. You're eating more. That's going to help you to become more anabolic because you're eating more anabolic recipes, aka food with protein. And yes, those recipes can come from my cookbook. If you're interested in that, of course, code Greg 15% off. But it comes from anything. You reduce your cardio. Sam was doing 1 or 2 hours of cardio a day. He's going to reduce it to perhaps 30 minutes. And so he's doing less cardio. He's eating more food. And so this is the perfect time to go off. And so if you go off steroids, which allows you to build muscle faster, then don't you think that that should slow down your weight gain following the competition? When I was competing in the 190s, I would go off cycle, and in the off season, I'd get to say 210. I didn't blow up 30, 40, 50 pounds. And why? Because I was off cycle. When you're off cycle, you're not going to gain as much weight as if you're on cycle. Does that make sense? And so I think Sam should go off. Now, if he goes on a cycle later on, perhaps in his off season to put on more muscle, well, I can understand that he's going to bulk up. But what you should be doing following a competition, let me stress this to those of you who are watching Sam, is you should be cycling off. Take it from me, I'm trying to help you. Don't extend your cycle. You just competed, your endorphins are high, your dopamine is through the roof, you're so excited, oh my goodness, I'm going to be a superstar now. Don't give in to the temptation to continue to blast your cycle. you need to go off, or at the very least, drop down to HRT. Now remember, if you're concerned with your health, if you don't know what to do, I've partnered with Transcend. They can get your blood work done with them. A qualified doctor will review it and ensure that you're doing things as healthy as possible. Do you in fact need HRT? Do you need peptides? What do you need in order to be healthy? You need to be proactive with your health. And if you're competing, abusing performance-enhancing drugs, you need somebody to go over your blood work to ensure that you don't die. It really is that serious. And so, interested in working with Transcend, click the link in the description. And of course, if you're interested in Turk Builder Max, of course this is a smart move. Get off of the steroids and take Turk Builder Max. Much healthier, not banned by WADA. You can take it in drug-tested sporting competitions. Code Greg, 15% off. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video if you like it. Don't forget to watch one of those two bloops. And of course, the cookbooks, the Circle Diet book, training books, coaching plans by me and my team. Get to the website. Check it out. And of course, we've got free diet and training programs for those of you who can't afford it. And until next time, I am out.